Hi everyone, I'm Elena Palizzado and I'm part of HPU's Gender and Women's Studies class taught by Dr. Lierenheimer. Our class was challenged to carry out one of the course's main threshold topics, feminine praxis, or challenging oppressing systems with knowledge. In order to complete this task, my group and I needed to identify who we wanted to help and how we were going to help them. Many Hawaiian residents are faced with food insecurity, and this insecurity is perpetuated by oppressive systems that deny access to food based on several eligibility factors. The idea of food insecurity and feminism may not appear to have a lot in common, but by using an intersectional lens, we can evaluate organizations based on their ability to serve all members of the community equally. Feminism allows us to understand how media distorts the image of homeless people and people in poverty. Feminism also enables us to fully see systems of religious oppression. My group and I decided to complete a food and clothing drive called Helping Honolulu in order to raise awareness on the issues of food insecurity and focus on helping those who face many oppressive systems simultaneously. In our case, we focus on the LGBTQ+ community. In order to carry out our project, we needed to complete several steps. First, we identified an issue that we could impact on Oahu. We came up with a solution, identified organizations that aligned with feminist ideals. Then we decided what we were going to collect as donations. We established donation sites around campus with the help of HPU security. We also created flyers to publicize the event physically and on social media. We hung these flyers up around campus on all of the campuses for HPU, Aloha Tower, Waterfront Plaza, Hawaii Vista, and Hawaii Loa. We held the food and clothing drive for 1 week. The week before Thanksgiving, hoping that people would be extra generous and donate more during the holiday season. The weekend following, we collected all of the items and donated them. Just some facts. Food insecurity is a very large issue in the Hawaiian Islands. The food insecurity rate in 2022 was 21.8 to 32.6% according to Feeding America. In Hawaii, a population of 136,190 people face food insecurity. 50,180 of those people are children facing food insecurity, according to Feeding America. The organization that we chose to donate to is called Hawaii Health and Harm Reduction Center, or HHHRC. This organization, according to their website, focuses on helping underserved people living with and or affected by HIV, hepatitis, and substance use, and they focus on helping the transgender, LGBTQ+, and Native Hawaiian communities. This organization has no eligibility requirements through the state, no eligibility requirements to receive aid. This opens up the program to opportunities for people that may not have been eligible through state or federal government programs. For example, SNAP, or the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, which is a federal program. It requires you to submit the number of hours you work, the number of people you provide for, and it bases aid completely off of your salary. And these kinds of requirements can help delegate the funds more equally to each person, but it also creates space for the organization to reject people from aid. I personally learned this the hard way. I qualified for SNAP my junior year of college, and because my working hours decreased by 2 hours, I wasn't able to qualify for SNAP this year. 2 hours of work for me is $22 an hour, and I feel like that's not enough to deny aid, but I was denied aid. And this kind of thing happens to many people trying to receive aid from state and governmental agencies. And that was one of the main reasons we chose HHHRC for our donation, because they don't have eligibility requirements and anyone who goes there can receive aid for food insecurity. So To conclude, I would like to give you a summary of what we ended up collecting and donating to HHHRC. Our week-long drive ended up collecting 27 canned food items, 4 boxes of pasta, 2 instant pasta meals, 1 vegetable soup, 1 bag of chips, 2 Cliff Bars, 2 ramen packets, and 1 cup of noodles. We also ended up collecting a total of 10 clothing items. Overall, I felt really inspired after completing this project. It made me reflect on the service projects I did in high school and reminded me that even small actions can lead to large community change. This project reminded me a lot of the city-wide food drive that's completed every year in my home city of Hobart, Indiana. Volunteers there would pile into trucks and go around to different neighborhoods collecting brown bags that people left out that were full of food donations. Then we would take it back to the food pantry and sort all of the food that we collected throughout the day. That project in high school kind of exemplifies how a combined effort can contribute to large-scale change. And with that being said, I would love to make this project an annual or biannual event at HPU, acting in the interest of HPU's Pono practices. Long-standing community service projects generally garner more attention than that of one-off projects, so it would be amazing to see this project repeated again in the following years. I would like to thank you so much for listening to my presentation on my group's action project, Helping Honolulu. Our donations this year were not super high, but the impacts of the project had on me and my group shouldn't be understated. I learned a lot about issues surrounding food insecurity and about the people disproportionately affected by these issues. This project enabled me to connect ideas linked to feminism and broaden my understanding of the reaches of feminism in the community. Once again, I'm Elena Palazzaro, and thank you so much for listening to my presentation.